So back in January, when I was at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, the lovely people at Creality sent me a Falcon 10 watt laser to play with, review, demo, review, open, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet. And I'm doing it today. It's a lovely day. Let's open it up, because I don't just want to open it up, I want to use it. And I'm not new to lasers. I've used major, big, expensive, $100,000, $200,000 plus industrial lasers. I own a fairly big but older laser in the house. So this is gonna be really interesting, because I never used one of this size, and I have files all ready to go. It's got stickers, like I need stickers. All right. It's got apparently some samples of wood. I think I gotta build it. Ooh, a manual. Be right back. Holy moly, apparently I got the upgrade package, which comes with an aluminum plate, which allows me to put that down there, and the very, very fancy honeycomb, which I'm gonna put down nicely in a moment, and then the pre-assembled unit. This is really, really exciting. So I'm gonna put all this on that table and get ready to hook up my computer to it. They say to use it in a well-ventilated space, and you know what? My backyard's pretty well ventilated. That was awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Safety first. Got to wear your goggles. Look at this, though. It worked. I'm so glad I'm doing this outside, because that was a lot of smoke. Now, they sell enclosures for this and all sorts of things, but if you're cutting wood, you're going to make some smoke. It's nice I'm doing this outside. All right, let's do something real. Now, the 10 watt machine is really designed for engraving, and I want to cut with it. So it will cut. So I have this design on my screen, and it is the right size. I've resized it for the extra piece of wood that it came with. I want to make sure it's framed properly. And you can see it's in the right spot on the bed. So now I set my settings and put on my glasses. I'm cutting 3mm. It is a 10 watt Sierra Laser Falcon. Here's the real first test. Well, it's cutting beautifully. Let's see how long it's gonna take. What's weird here is the software says it's gonna take an hour, but it's ripping through this, and it's ripping through the timeline as well. So I don't know why it's saying that, but it's doing a beautiful job. I have no idea why. Let's see how long it really takes. So while it's doing this other thing, I'll tell you that there are actually a lot of really cool accessories you can get for it. I can get a box for it, so I'm gonna enclose it, which would be nice because I could kind of tube that out somewhere. I can get an air assist for it, which will blow air across, which will make the cuts better and kind of direct the smoke and the dust away from the cutting point. I could get an air purifier, which will suck up the air. Like everything you can do is sort of an add-on for it. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, more of an a la carte. Like, how exactly do you want to do what you're doing? In my case, because I am doing cutting, I really do need that air assist. In terms of whether I need to actually, suck it up into a HEPA filter or just have a box blowing it out the window, that's a different story. Definitely going to get a box. Really need to get an air assist. So all those types of things are kind of cool. I don't think this one they have a camera available for, but again, where you start, what line of area you're working in here. I mean, this is doing a very complicated piece right now for me. So I'm using a inexpensive, really starter laser. I got, again, the one that was already pre-assembled, which is really nice, thank you very much. And it's got all the starting accessories, but really you have to start asking yourself, what are you doing? Is it gonna be, is the piece already there and you're just engraving it? Are you cutting it out? Are you? So many things to wonder about. And again, so far this thing is working brilliantly. And again, because I'm doing it open air, I'm glad I'm outside. Here comes the big line. Been running for about 12 minutes on this so far. This is the second time I've used it. So the first thing I did on it was the test engrave, and the second thing I did on it was this very intricate cut. This took 15 minutes to do. I'll be honest with you, if I was using my old CO2 laser, I'd be thinking about how much I put on the laser, because you have to think about like the wear and tear of a laser. This is a very different class of item in terms of how much it cost. This is pretty cool. The bed's pretty big. The bed's like 15 by 15 inches, a little bit bigger than that. So that's fairly large for what I'm trying to do. It cut through this like butter, which is great. So I am so excited now, because I wasn't really even expecting to get this far with it. I just figured I'd throw one on and see what it can do. Now behind me, I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of all types of plywood and veneer and leather and plastic. I own a laser, so I've done this before. But the question is, what would this laser do for me? And the answer so far is a lot. Here's the best part. I just lift it up and put it away. This is it. Where do I put it? Probably put it on a shelf. Make sure the laser unit's protected. Then I'll get rid of the garbage. So pretty. So what's next? Well, for me, what's next is I have to put it really through its paces. Not tonight, but I've got to really find out, like, how thick it will cut. It cut just great over there, but I want to see like my other stuff, my usual suspects of materials. I didn't do any plexi tonight. I didn't do any of my, thicker wood, but I'll try that next. I want to take a look at some of the speed on it, see, kind of what that did. I also want to look at some sort of the variations on the engraving in terms of like power variations. I make like rubber stamps, like when you do, when I make the wood blocks, that's kind of got ramps to it. So I've got to try that out. That's what I want to do with it. In terms of what else I need to do next is decide what accessories I need. I've got to decide like how far I'm going to push this unit. Do I buy the box? Do I get the air assist? Probably. It's not that expensive. Do I buy the, suction out thing? Maybe not. It's a little bit more expensive. I've got to decide what accessories. I want to decide what I want to look like. But for somebody like yourself who's watching this video, it's a really good starter laser. It really is. I mean, it engraves and it cuts. It does what it's supposed to do, and it did it really, really easily. I use their software now in terms of if you're a designer, well, now you've got to talk about design. Are you gonna build a business around this? Hell no. You shouldn't be doing any manufacturing with, craft level equipment. That's always the case, because there are so many other factors that go into it in terms of like power and time and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if you've never used one of these before, if you want to do some customizations, if you want to play, this is not a big barrier of entry to start to play with it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to do some art with it, but I'm not going to do like mass-produced art. I'm going to do like delicate, intricate, fine art, or I'm going to really apply my design skills to what this could do. And it did it really easily, and I was able to put it away. I gotta be honest with you, my CO2 laser is in another room. It's stationary, it's big, it's dying, whole different category, whole different beast. I'm not going to put another giant, machine in the garage. It's not going to happen. So this is really exciting. The same thing goes, by the way, when you're looking at 3D printers. Like, you can buy an entry-level 3D printer, but you've got to go like, how big is the bed? How automated is it? How many colors? Like, there's so many questions you have to ask yourself. But right now, I want to thank Creality again for sending me that thing. This will not be the last video I make with it. Send me a printer.